Hey guys, welcome to a new episode. We're gonna start an update series. Today we'll be reviewing the 1.16 beta for Bedrock version. I'm just gonna be going over the biomes that have been released so far, and when we're probably gonna get the Nether update soon. But take a moment to look at the background right now. This is gonna be our background in just a couple of weeks. Just look at it. It's beautiful. The Nether is getting a revamp. It's changing forever. So I'll be making several videos. One on mobs, the second on important features according to me, the third on biomes, and the fourth on the new structures. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with the Nether Waste. The Nether Waste is basically the same generation as before, but with a little tweaks to it. We can find some blackstone, which can be used to craft stone tools. We can find some nether gold ore. We can still find the typical nether quartz. Now, generation will also bring along the bastions, the piglin bastions, and the ruined portals, which you can find anywhere in the Nether Waste, along with new mobs such as the piglins, or the tragically we lost the pigman, but we have now the zombified piglins. Rip to the zombie pigman. We can find the striders around here somewhere. Let's see. Striders, let's just spawn one in. We can find the new strider mob, which is gonna be basically our boats here. And that's mostly it. Any mob can spawn here, like I said. And let's move on to the next. Actually, let me catch myself real quick. Not any mob could spawn here. There's one exclusion, and that is the hoglin. The hoglin cannot spawn here. The hoglin is an exclusively mob. A mob that exclusively spawns in the Crimson Forest, which is the next biome we're gonna go to. The hoglins also spawn in bastions, so you could probably find them there if the bastion is in the biome you're looking. But that's all the mobs that could spawn here. And every other mob, blaze, striders, wither skeletons, magma cubes, except the hoglin, along with zombified piglins, skeletons. Zoglins do not spawn here, they're just like hoglins. Piglins, enderman, and gas, they can all spawn here, except the hoglin and the zoglin, which we will talk about in a separate video of in itself. So let's move on to the next biome, shall we? here we are in the Crimson Forest. In the Crimson Forest, you could typically find piglins, zombified piglins, striders, and hoglins. Hoglins are an exclusive mob to this biome. You will not find them in any other biome except if that biome happens to include a bastion in which it can spawn there. You would typically find some crimson fungus and what you would use to make weapons or any type of tools or building blocks would be a huge warped fungus, which you can grow from the crimson fungus using bone meal or just letting it grow naturally. Here, piglins are not immune. Anywhere you go, piglins are not immune to fire, even though they're another mob. Along with hoglins, none of them are immune to lava or fire. So therefore, they can die. But may I warn you, there is danger here. Piglins and hoglins. Piglins will attack you on sight if you do not have any golden armor. To prove that, let's go into survival real quick. Survival mode. And then put our gold boots here. If you do not have any type of gold armor on you, the piglins will attack you. If you attack one piglin, the others will come attacking you too, if they are within range. Now, if you mine any type of gold block near them, they will attack you if they see you. Now, the way to fight this, put some gold armor on, which is not working right now. Wow. Okay, so as I was saying, the piglins will not attack you if you have any piece of gold armor on you. As long as you have some type of gold armor, they will attack you. And as you can see, the piglins and hoglins have an ongoing war at all times. Remember to always be stacked like this man right here.
Shut up, fool. I don't speak broke.
Right here, he got his almost entire full body covered with gold armor. But yes, there's another way to avoid them attacking you, and that's giving them some gold ingots. So let's just say this is risky. Oh god. Actually, let's go to a more isolated place with one piglin. Just one piglin. You know what? I'll take the risk here. So, let's say you decide to take off these beautiful, beautiful boots. The only way to avoid them from attacking you.
You know what? I'm willing to compromise now.
Is to give them some gold. Give them some gold and you're done. They will not attack you anymore. They love gold. They will stay there admiring it and they will give you some items for it. As you can see. Not some bad items, but at the same time they're not excellent. But you could get some ender pearls from time to time. Hey, chill. Chill. I got the gold boots on. But of course, once they stop admiring the gold, they will come back and attack you. And this is not looking pretty for your boy. I am getting harassed. I cannot die again. Everything's fine. Just jump back into creative. Okay. So, as I was saying, they will give you some valuable items. Seems the reason they started attacking me was because I took back the gold. Didn't mean to do that. You can get some decent items, and soul sand is actually going to come in handy soon. And they're just continuing with the gold. Huh. Oh look, we got some prime obsidian. I don't really need this. We're in creative again. But yes. So if you want to avoid the hoglins, though, the only way you could possibly avoid the hoglins is by using warped mushrooms. Warped fungus, I mean. Warped fungus is gonna drive them away. If we can find one hoglin. Okay, here we go. What's good, hoglin? They will leave immediately if they see a warped fungus. So you can breed hoglins by using some crimson fungus, but that's all there is. You can feed this to them, and if they find each other, they will breed. What if I try pushing you over there? Over there. Come on. Come on. Love. It's beautiful. They had a child. So as far as I'm concerned, baby hoglins will grow, but baby piglins will not grow whatsoever. And that's really all there is to the Crimson Forest. Of course, if you go mining, oh god, talk about a jackpot. If you go mining, you can find some ancient debris, which you could then smelt into some netherite scrap. But other than that, that's all there is to the Crimson Forest. And let's move on to the next biome. Actually, hold up. Let's take a minute and pick all of this up. First, let's just throw this out. We didn't really see any zombified piglins, did we? So if you have a stack, you could get anything around from this. Just drop a stack real quick and show them your stack.
So we got some pretty decent items here. We got some enchanted books, some magma cream, some nether quartz, some ender pearls. But yeah, we got some crying obsidian for the love of God. They don't give bad loot, but you already know. They don't want business with you if you don't got gold.
They'll even give you a netherite hoe. So, one thing I'm going to tell you, never mess with the piglins. They will go full on aggro with you. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that the crimson fungus will not grow if it's not on its corresponding nilium, which is the ground right now. Nilium is the block that you will typically see in the Crimson Forest. If the Crimson fungus is not on top of nilium, you cannot bone meal it to make it into a huge crimson fungi. So keep that in mind. You want to have the corresponding fungi to its corresponding nilium. And let's move on to the next biome. So without further ado, the warped forest. In the warped forest, you can find lots of vegetation, and this place is you can exclusively find the mobs of the Enderman and the Strider spawning here. This is considered one of the most peaceful biomes in the Nether, with very few chances of finding any hostile mobs except the Enderman, unless there's a bastion or another fortress inside the biome itself, in which case you will find some blazes, some wither skeletons and all that, etc, etc. You can find some warped fungi here. Where is it? some warped fungi, which can be used to breed striders. If you decide to put it on a stick and put a saddle on the striders, you can ride the striders on the lava or any surface, but just keep in mind they're faster on lava. If you do bone meal the warped fungi, you could get some huge warped fungi. Um, Remember that you can only bone meal, it will only grow if you have it in its corresponding Nilium type, which is warped Nilium. So keep that in mind too. And that's basically all there is to it, other than the twisting vines, which is the opposite of the weeping vines that you find in the Crimson Forest. So without further ado, let's move to the next biome, which is the Soul Sand Valley. Now, drumroll please for the Soul Sand Valley. So in the Soul Sand Valley, you'll basically see that the block you're standing on most of the time is either soul sand or soul soil. Um, Now the reason I'm going so fast, even though I'm walking, is because of the boots I have. They're enchanted with Soul Speed 3. If you had Soul Speed, you could really get through the Soul Sand Valley really quickly. The mobs that are exclusive to this biome are the skeletons and the ghast. Um, Typically, you'll find them anywhere in this biome. You could also find the other mobs if you find a bastion or a nether fortress cutting through the biome. You will typically find some fossils here, unlike it, just like the overworld, but they're formed differently, I would say. You can also find the ruined portals around here, and some basalt pillars, along with Enderman, of course. Let's not forget about them. Um, you'll also see that there's soul fire, which is blue fire, and he will not burn blue, sadly. I don't see why the devs won't do that. It would really bring more life to the game, I would say. But yeah, that's all there is to the Soul Sand Valley, so let's move on to the last biome. Actually, there's a portal, a ruined portal right here. As I said, you can find them. So yeah, let's go on to the next biome, which ought to be the Basalt Deltas, and the last biome coming into this update. It was the last biome announced for the update, so let's go to it. So here we are in the Basalt Deltas. As you know, this is a new biome that is coming in the Nether Update. By Mojang Studios, it's described as the remnants of a volcanic eruption filled with tons of basalt columns and lava deltas. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of lava pools. There's basalt everywhere. You could sometimes find some black stone, so if you come here, you can make yourself some stone tools. You will not find, however, the piglin bastions here. You will only find nether fortresses, of course. It's been a structure for a long time. I'm not sure whether or not you can find the ruined portals though. But the basalt deltas are exclusively for magma cubes. You will find them spawning here frequently, sometimes with ghast and striders too. Um, of course, bastions can't generate here, along with any type of nether gold ore or ancient debris, which you would typically find in every other biome, but not here. And that's really all there is to this biome. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video, perhaps. Until next time, this has been Astrolus Eclipse, and let me show you something real quick before we go. So remember, stay safe, stay home, do not go outside, and until the next time, this has been Astrolus Eclipse. Bye bye. Also, another thing I didn't mention is that, as you can see, there's like this particle effect in the biomes, which is nice to say the least. For this biome, at least, there is ash that you would see falling from the sky. In the warped forest, you would see like this bluish particle effect coming down. I don't know if you can see it, but it is there. And in the Crimson Forest, of course, it has its own little particle effect. But really, that's all there is to it. So I hope you enjoyed this review of the biomes. If you found this useful, please drop a like down below. Leave a comment if you have any questions. And until the next time, of course, this has been Astrolus Eclipse. Until the next time, bye-bye.
So don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. I repeat, smash that like button. Until the next time, this has been Astrolus Eclipse. Peace out.